My name is Ava. I am 32 years old. I used to think that by this age, life would feel settled, that my heart would feel calm, that I would have someone to share the quiet moments with. But instead, I wake up every morning with a familiar heaviness in my chest, a reminder that time moved forward while my dreams stayed behind. I wasn't always this tired. I wasn't always this guarded. As a little girl, I believed in love with an innocent certainty. I believed good people were rewarded. I believed that if you were kind, the world would be kind back. I believed that one day, someone would see me, not for what I could give, but for who I was, and choose to stay. Life taught me otherwise. I grew up learning how to disappear in side rooms, how to listen more than speak, how to carry pain quietly so I wouldn't inconvenience anyone. I learned to be strong early, not because I was brave, but because there was no one to lean on. By my early 20s, love felt like a promise I was still waiting to collect. The first man I loved made me feel chosen, at least in the beginning. He held my hand in public and whispered plans about the future. I trusted his words more than his actions. When he started pulling away, I blamed myself. I tried harder, loved deeper, lost myself slowly. One day, he told me he needed space. He never came back. That was the first time I learned that love doesn't always end with closure. Sometimes it just disappears, leaving questions behind like scars. I healed alone. Quietly, I told myself it was just one heartbreak, that the next love would be different. The second man came into my life when I was more careful, more aware. He was charming, attentive, and patient, at least at first. He made me feel safe enough to open old wounds. I told him things I had never told anyone. My fears, my insecurities, my hope that someday I would be someone's forever. He listened, and then he used my vulnerability against me. He lied easily. He twisted reality until I doubted my own memory. When I cried, he called me dramatic. When I questioned him, he said I was insecure. Slowly, I learned to apologize for pain he caused. When it ended, I didn't just lose him, I lost my confidence. I lost trust in my own instincts. I looked at myself in the mirror and wondered when I became someone so easy to hurt. By the time I turned 30, I had built walls so high even I couldn't climb them. That's when he appeared. He came into my life gently. No pressure, no grand promises, just consistency. He asked how my day was and actually waited for the answer. He remembered small details. He noticed when I was quiet. He told me I was strong, but he also told me it was okay to be soft. Against my better judgment, I believed again. This time I was careful. I didn't rush. I didn't give everything at once. But love has a way of finding the cracks in your armor. Slowly, I let him in. Slowly, I imagined a future again. Simple, peaceful, real. And just like that, he left. No fight, no warning, no explanation. One day he was there, and the next day he wasn't. I stared at my phone for days, waiting for a message that never came. I replayed every conversation, searching for the moment I did something wrong. I wondered how someone could know my story, my wounds, my fears, and still walk away without a word. That silence changed something in me. Now at 32, life feels quieter than it should. I go to work. I smile at coworkers. I celebrate other people's milestones. I attend weddings with a practiced smile and leave early before the loneliness becomes visible. People tell me I'm independent, strong, successful. They don't see the nights. They don't see me lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why loving me always seems to be temporary. They don't hear the questions I whisper into the dark. Am I too much? Or never enough? I don't hate love. I don't regret loving. But I am exhausted. Exhausted from healing myself over and over again. Exhausted from being the safe place for others while having nowhere to rest my own heart. Exhausted from pretending I don't want what everyone else seems to have. Sometimes I imagine an alternate life, one where someone stays. One where I am chosen without hesitation. One where my heart doesn't have to brace itself for goodbye. But imagination is all it is. Thank you for staying until the end. If this story felt like your own, please share, and subscribe. Your support means more than you know.